This question is not really about anything other than vocab. You just need to know what they're talking about, and then this is really, really easy. So let's look at the original question. Which of the following is an example of a function whose graph in the xy plane has no x-intercepts? Right, so that means you have the x-axis, right? And then if something crosses the x-axis, those are x-intercepts, okay? So it has none of those. It does not touch the x-axis. So let's look at choice A. A linear function whose rate of change is not 0. Okay, so that's kind of weird. So let's kind of skip that for a second. Let's look at B. A quadratic function with real zeros. Well, what is a 0? A 0 is an x-intercept. These are literally the same word. Like, yeah, they're different words, but for our math purposes, no, they are exactly the same. The zeros of a function are its x-intercepts. That's it. So then this becomes really easy because look at choice C. A quadratic function with no real zeros. This is literally saying no x-intercepts. It's saying exactly what the question wants it to say. This is 100% the answer. So we can kind of see why D and B are wrong, as they're explicitly telling us that those two things have zeros, have x-intercepts. A linear function whose rate of change is not 0, that's just a line that doesn't have a 0 slope. So it's a line that goes at an angle. And so it's because of a line, it's always going to have an x-intercept. The only exception when it doesn't is when it's a perfectly horizontal line. And that does have a slope or rate of change of 0. And so it breaks the rules. So look, this actually happens in the SAT pretty often, where there are questions that, sound mathematical, but they're really just about definitions. And so you need to learn those definitions and make sure that you're able to interpret this question quickly and get the points quickly so you can move on. So 2 things I recommend. 1, follow me on Instagram at Settele Tutoring, at Settele Tutoring. Every single Sunday, I post a vocab word from math. So you might see one that you didn't know and learn something and get some points. You can also, if you have my study guide, my math packet study guide, the page on quadratic properties is very, very good. It has a full list of definitions that are important, and zeros, roots, x-intercepts, those are some of them that will come up on your test, and they're all kind of there to sort through. So find a way to get comfortable with math terms and then memorize the key terms, and you'll be good to go.